Hello, we're at HMART in Orlando. Okay, this is my first time visiting HMART and I'm very excited. Alright, once you walk in right here, it's right into the food court we go. But I'm gonna go to the market first. There's even more food over here. The boba tea, I love boba tea. They have these fun like claw games. Love it. So many of these tokens. It's $1 a token. So that can add up quickly. It looks like over here is the home goods section. Oh, so it does force you to walk through. But you gotta like, can't cut over. Rice pots, we have a rice pot at home, but wow, $400, these are official. I do always like looking at the silverware and the plateware and all that. They tend to have really good deals. Plastic. Well, I grew up near Chinatown in Boston, so we loved walking through the kitchenware stuff because it was fairly cheap and stuff that you couldn't really find elsewhere, your regular stores. Especially like soup spoons like these. These are great. For your sauces, love that. But I'm also very excited for the produce. So again, they tend to be very much on the cheaper side. Oh, ooh, these are heavy. There's definitely way more than a pound in there. Oh, persimmons. Oh, and these are the famous sweet potatoes, roasted sweet potatoes. They're getting a lot of love. Longan. They kind of look like ganepas. The grapes. These apples are massive. Look at that. Holy moly. Huge. More persimmons. I've actually never had a persimmon. They look like tomatoes. Do they taste like tomatoes? They say they taste sweet, but a lot of people also say tomatoes taste sweet. And I'm not a fan of tomatoes. So let's keep going. We got all the pre-cut fruit here. Is this durian or jackfruit? Yep, jackfruit. They kind of look similar. If you're not used to seeing either or. Pomegranates. I'm kind of here for the herbs and greens mainly. In the freezer section, they have a lot of noodle items pre-made, like you just have to defrost. Must be super popular because they have a ton. And here are the veggies. These are one of my favorites. I love these with just some like soy sauce. So good. What I'm planning on doing is doing the viral, the dumpling bake, instead of like doing the full rolling of the dumplings out. Like you kind of layer them like lasagna. And some of them have this Napa cabbage in them. So I want to take some. It's $1.27. It's a good amount of cabbage. So I have the ramen style here in the fridge. Large batches. I like these noodles too. I'm keeping my eyes out for the udon wrappers. Maybe here? No, tofu. Keeping my eyes out for those. See if I can find them. This is interesting. So you can do your own hot pot, and it comes with like some of the veggies that you would put in it. Already pre-made, $17, $16. Not bad. If you like your peppers, you like it spicy, they got it. I have some seafood items, lobster rolls, shrimp. And look at this huge fish. Catfish, tilapia, red snapper for a pound. Squid, $4.99. Shrimp with head on, shrimp with head off. Yellow croaker, mackerel, eel. Yum. Never seen it just one big slab. It's a nice octopus. Already pickled ginger up top. If you want more, but they definitely have them in there. And the rolls. Crab. They're tiny. The nice part of all of this is that it does smell very clean and fresh. $24.90 a pound for king crab. Here's some salmon fillets, cod fillets, salmon bowl. You would use that for soup, squid, maybe octopus. It's pretty good. Per pound, cooked conch, ham meat, scallops, salmon. Now the fish is already filleted here instead of buying the whole fish. They also have the already cooked shrimp with the head on as well. Aisles and aisles of instant noodles. You can see 1, 2. Tons of ramen. This is gonna be coffee and seaweed. Don't need the seaweed. Honey, sugar, liquid tea, and coffee is in here. Traditional snacks. Korean snacks. More Korean snacks. Chinese and Japanese snacks. We're gonna go, I wanna go where sauces are. All the beverages. More beverages. So if there's something you're interested that you've seen online, they most likely will have it here. They do have some lobster here that's kind of fairly priced, $20 for 3. I feel like lobster has been so expensive lately. It's not a bad price. And I believe this is geoduck. So they have the geoduck and they have the king crab. $59.99. Wow. This crab. Very cool. Dungeness crab. So they have the abalone here frozen too. So they had them fresh over there and then now they're frozen over here. Big prawns, tiger shrimp. Those are huge. They have all the meat here that you would typically use for a pho. Sliced nice and thin. And they have some soup bases here. I would like to find a pho one. I love pho. Sharp beef. They have everything for like the Korean barbecue too. Found the wonton wrappers. These are frozen, which I'm okay with. I'm going to take 2 packs. They're $2.99 for a massive pack. Right here. And they have a ton. All of this are dumplings. A ton of dumplings already made. I have a recipe that I want to make my own, but think these are mochis. Ooh, a sesame with sesame added. Steamed bun with sesame added. Doesn't say black sesame. I love black sesame. Oh, here are the viral ice creams. $10 for 3. Not bad. They're selling them $10 for 1, so not bad. Here's the aisle we all been waiting for, the sauces. I did buy some things on the way. I will show you that later. But here is what I'm looking for. All right, the damage wasn't too bad. $76, not awful. So now they told me I can stand in this line and spin a wheel. I don't know what I get, but I can do it. So we're in line. Noodles, right? I'm not sure what it is. We'll find out. Thank you.
Nice day.
Yeah. Some ramen, some instant noodles at least. Let's see, I don't know if they call it ramen. Oh, it's spicy. I might have to give this to Mark. All right, so this is when I started looking around the food court and seeing what they had. They had rice bowls, soup bowls, a lot of soups at these restaurants. This one had the sushi, the gimbap, but then I think it had like the rice bowl. It was quite overwhelming if you don't know what you're looking for. But you know, it wasn't so busy when I went that I could stand there and like really like look at the menu and really see. But I would love to go with someone who actually like knew what half this was and like get an assortment one day. There was something already on my mind that I wanted, and I believe it wasn't from I believe it was this restaurant. No, it was the next one over. See, more noodles. A lot of noodle dishes. I got my dish from this one. The jjimjilmyeon, I believe it's called. Yeah, that first one. I had it once from a friend of mine, and I loved it. So I wanted to get it again. But again, as you see, very similar dishes. So I wish they had a little bit more assortment, but definitely lots to choose from. And here's like the viral TikTok, street food that we've seen. I have tried this in the past somewhere else, and it wasn't my favorite. So although I was tempted to get the all cheese one, I chose not to. Okay, made it back to the car. And I did get something hot. I got the black bean noodles. I've had them before. A friend of mine had given me, my best friend, she's Korean, and she had me try it, and I loved it. And I never had it since because I couldn't find it. They have it here. So I'm very excited. It was busy and loud, and I'm ready to go home. So I'm just gonna try it at home, and I'll show you guys. But I did get like a little pork bun as a snack. I love these kind of buns. And they reminded me of dim sum. They had like shumai along with it and something else, but they were small and a little overpriced, so I didn't want to get them. These were $3.99 for 3 of these. So good, sweet, exactly what you expect from a pork bun. It's like a sweet barbecue, almost like a spare rib, like your Chinese spare ribs, but this is definitely a little sweeter. And then it is a little room temperature, so it's a little dense, but I'll steam the rest at home. I'll heat them up and they'll be a little better, but not a bad snack for the road. And we'll be back to show you the black bean noodle. Okay, made it home, and I want to show you what I got. Now, $76, I don't think I did too bad, especially since the bulk of what I got is something that's like a staple, like pantry staple, and going to last me quite a bit. So let's start off with, I kind of want to just start off with the kimchi. This was probably the most expensive item I bought, $10.99. But I really wanted it. I haven't had it in a while. And along with the vermicelli noodles, I believe my friend can correct me, Gladys. She's Korean. She also made me like this glass noodle kind of dish that's served cold with kimchi and a little sugar, and it's so good. I'm gonna do it with these noodles, even though it might be the wrong ones. These were $2.99, which I was really impressed with, and they had a lot of options. So just take your time, look through. If you don't have one in particular you're looking for, I went with the cheap. Usually these things are cheap rice, anything made out of rice. So I'm glad that I found these 2 big bags. These are gonna last me for a while. These are also gonna go with the rice paper that I bought. Also $2.99. I think this was actually $1.99. I have the receipt. To make it exactly what's in the picture. I love these. Spring rolls. And let's see, to go with those, I couldn't help myself. You don't find bean sprouts a lot, but I love bean sprouts, which is what made me get these to put it in. I like putting them in with the vermicelli. And of course I had to then get the Thai basil. This was quite a bit, $3.74. So it's not a bad price, but look through them because most of them were like $5. And I was like, I don't need that much Thai basil because it's just not gonna last me that long. So there's that. So I still have to, I didn't buy any proteins. The proteins did look a little bit more expensive, just not in my price range right now. So I decided that I'm gonna buy the shrimp for this separately and somewhere else. But I got what I knew I couldn't get at my local Walmart, or at least not at the price that they were selling it for. And then these bean sprouts were buy 2 for $1. So we got 2 here. And then I went originally with the thought of making the viral dumpling lasagna, they're calling it. So they had these wrappers, dumpling wrappers. It's wonton wrappers, but they had them in the freezer section. They're already thawing out and they look like they would come apart very easily, like peel away. So that's nice. So one's gonna go in the freezer, one's gonna stay in the fridge. I'll probably make these tomorrow. Hopefully I can show you guys. But yeah, $1.99 as well, or $2.99. Let's see, wonton, $2.99 each. So not bad. I don't know what the count is, but it looks more than 100. So I thought that was pretty good. I might even split this in half and freeze the rest of it before it thaws out completely. We'll do that. And then what was the thing? The rice paper, tapioca sheets, $2.99. Most of everything I bought was like $2.99 or less. The Napa cabbage, $1.27. This is going in the dumplings. Let's see. And these are like mochi. Like, I mean, I know they're not fully a wheat cake. Sweet rice flour bean paste. I just really wanted something with some bean paste, and I do like this little powder that they put on it. I've had it in the past and it's a little sweet, so I kind of wanted something sweet to add to the bunch. All right, so, and then these were the 2 free items that I got for purchasing over $50 worth. It looks like a ramen packet. And it does say spicy vegetable ramyun. So I think Mark is gonna take this. No problem. And then here was the bulk of my purchase. So let's start off with, I got some soy sauce, very large bottle for $3.99, I think it was. Let's look. $2.99. Big bottle, $2.99. Then the oyster sauce. Let's see, oyster sauce, $4.49. So this was big. I think it also was the brand, but I wasn't seeing anything cheaper in this size, so I just got what I knew. Same thing with the hoisin. I normally get this brand, $3.99. I think that's a good price for this size. I feel like I paid $3.99 at Walmart for a smaller bottle. I got the ponzu sauce, and that was $3.99. I felt like this might have been a little expensive because I think of the brand, but I couldn't find anything else that was ponzu. It was in English, so I couldn't find it. I wasn't sure what I was gonna get, and again, they all were like around $3.99, so I just got what I knew. And then the rice wine, vinegar cooking wine. I saw this for the dumplings in the recipe, so I bought that. And then this was the rice wine vinegar, and these were $1.99. So I was pretty impressed, especially it's in a plastic bottle. These are gonna last me a long time. So I didn't need a big one, so it's a little thin, but $1.99, got it. And then this is the dark vinegar, black vinegar. This was also $1.99, and I'm just trying to see what it says here. Gold vinegar, it's calling it. But yeah, I like this. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they used this for the dumplings as a sauce. So I had no service whatsoever. Like, I was hoping nobody had called, or God forbid an emergency, because they cut all cell signal. So I'm sure all the employees like can't get on their phone unless they're attached to the Wi-Fi, but there was no Wi-Fi option either. And then I got the Vietnamese. I was looking for like that peanut sauce that you get when you have the spring rolls. And this one says rice paper roll sauce. Couldn't be more blunt. I was like, perfect. This is exactly what I'm looking for. Hopefully it tastes just as good. If not, I might add a little bit more peanut butter. I really like it peanut buttery. So I'll try that for the first time. And then I know that Mark does like a little bit of the chili sauce. I'm not a big chili oil fan, but I know he does, and I think that it'll be good with the dumplings that I make. And this was only $2.99, $3.99 for the jar. They had a lot of like different sizing options. And then this I found cool. I've never seen this. Ground sesame mixed, and it has some salt in it. And I was just curious because sesame is really expensive. And this was only $3.99. And when I make the sushi bakes or like the salmon bakes, I buy sesame seeds or the furikake to go with it. And I really love sesame seeds. So, oh, that's great. Beautiful toasted sesame flavor. It says it has salt in it. You can barely taste it. So that means it's not gonna overpower. A lot of these sauces are salty as is. Ooh, this is good. I'm excited to use it. And this was only $3.99 as well, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see, $3.99. So yeah, but look at the receipt. The highest thing on here was the kimchi, but it looked good. It was in the refrigerator section, so I almost feel like it's a little like fresher. So I'm excited. I don't want to taste it. I did buy, let's try the hot food now. I did buy hot food. Okay, I'm not gonna try to pronounce it because I know I'm gonna butcher it, but it's a black bean noodle, and they gave it to me separated. I asked for it to go, so I'm just gonna add all of it. Smells wonderful. And they usually serve this with pickled daikon, and so I did ask if I could grab one more because there's not much in here. And they're very thin. I spent like 10 minutes where the kimchi was because they also had the kimchi daikon radish. And I was like, should I get both? But I'm like, I'm in the mood now, but I don't eat kimchi and daikon often. So I was like, let me not eat with my eyes and get the kimchi because I know I can make 2 things out of that. But yeah, it was very, and I was kind of looking just for like pickled daikon as well, just by itself like that, but I didn't find it. This is very just like savory, comforting. She told me that it was like, it's their version of like wanting fast food, basically. Like it's nothing, like they don't want to cook, they'll make this. They'll order this. So it's nothing crazy. The price was a little, I was curious to ask her how much she would spend for these because my total, I got that and 4 dumplings and it was $20. So they definitely know that they're even though Colonial Drive is filled with Asian food, so you know they're not in a niche where they're in the upper hand where they can overprice, but because they're new and everybody's running down there to go check it out, I think they knew. So these were the fried dumplings as well. They even have like vermicelli noodle in it, green scallion. Yeah, I wouldn't say they taste like beans at all. It's just like a very savory, I guess it's like hard for me to describe. There's onions in here. It tastes toasty, like roasted sweet onions. That's what I'm getting. And like just very savory, not sweet at all, not salty, not overly salty that you would normally get from like the soy sauce or anything like that. And this is why the daikon radish was so good with it. It gives you like a little fresh, cuts the heaviness of it because it can be a little heavy. I had like a little takeout note for you, laminated. It says to enjoy your takeout sweet and sour pork. You can microwave it, but it is said for best and crispier experience, you want to air fry, which is what I thought I would do. And then for the noodles, it did say reheat the noodles by rinsing them in quickly in hot water. So you saw how it's kind of like really getting in there. I thought the texture was fine. It was still warm from when I ordered it, so it did. But if it was like cold, I definitely would have like heated it up. But it was good to know that I probably would have mixed it and then heated it up. It's probably good to know that you could have just heated it up with hot water first, drain it well, and then add the sauce. But that's cool. A little laminated little note there for you for your takeout orders. So I guess I will always now check the bags in case they did come with instructions. But yeah, that is our savory. I kind of want to try that red bean. Want you guys see if that red bean is good? I'm really hoping it is. I really wanted something red bean. Tastes fresh, light, not overly sweet. You got the red bean and the mochi over it. I'm not sure if the mochi has its own flavor. It's green. It actually could be matcha, like a green tea. It's giving that earthy. Super fresh. I like textures like this. They don't bother me. All right, that was my time at HMART. I definitely will be back for sure. I'm glad I went. I wanted to show you guys because it's literally like 20 minutes away from Disney Springs area and then 10 minutes away from Universal. So it's definitely doable, especially if you want to try those ice creams that are so popular right now. 3 for $10 if you have a big family. That's a good deal. So, and then all those games you could play, and they even have more dessert areas. There was like a French bakery in the back. Gotta try next time. But yeah, a lot to do, and it can be part of your vacation if you really needed it or really wanted it. Tons of snacks. So yeah, I thought I would show you guys. But hope you guys liked the video. Like and subscribe. My name is Stephanie, and thank you for being a part of my world.